Yeah, I have been pretty burned out on Animal Crossing lately. Hi everyone, it's Mila here. I hope you're all having an awesome day. Long time no see. Or if you're new here, hi. Today I guess I kind of just wanted to chat a little bit about the internet famous condition called Animal Crossing burnout. I have been feeling it lately. I've been having the Animal Crossing blues. I'm sure some of you guys have noticed that I haven't really uploaded any Animal Crossing videos in about 3 or 4 months now. Partially because I went on holidays, but even before that, I just felt super unmotivated and super burned out on Animal Crossing. I was all happily building my island as one does, and then one day I just completely stopped playing Animal Crossing. Okay, I know that's kind of dramatic, but I saw this one meme that was something like, you play Animal Crossing for 3 weeks in a row, you miss one day and you don't play Animal Crossing ever again, or you don't play it in like 6 months or something like that. And I was like, that's me. Like, that's exactly what happened to me. So this is definitely not the first time I feel really burned out on Animal Crossing, but this time around it got me wondering, what is it exactly that makes me so burned out on Animal Crossing? And I know I keep saying Animal Crossing, but mainly I'm referring to New Horizons because I still keep playing Pocket Camp like all the time. So mainly I'm referring to a New Horizons burnout. And I know I'm definitely not alone with my Animal Crossing burnout. So definitely let me know in the comments below if you have been also feeling the Animal Crossing blues. So I have compiled a short, messy little list of things that I want to discuss today. Reasons why I get burned out or I feel unmotivated to play, and maybe like in general why people just sometimes stop playing this game and reasons and things. So let's grab a snack, let's grab a drink, and let's talk. Also, have I said burnout already way too many times? Brace yourselves. So I could simply just say New Horizons came out 3 years ago. It's an older game. That's why I just don't feel like playing it. But to be fair, there is quite a few even older games that I just keep playing all the time. I keep going back to them and I never have that kind of like burned out emotion about these games. So even though if we start with the really obvious things, New Horizons came out 3 years ago, over 3 years ago. There hasn't really been a new update in about 2 years, I think. 2.0 came out like 2021, right? And for us oldies but goldies like me, I started playing in April 2020. Yeah, there hasn't been anything new to do in a long time. But still, as I said, there are other games that I still keep playing and I still enjoy, and I never get this like unmotivated, overwhelmed, devastated, unmotivated feeling of. So obviously, if we are talking anything related to Animal Crossing New Horizons, I think we just have to start with the whole update debacle debate, the hot topic, the thing that people just love to talk about, rage, rave, all of the above. So obviously there are people who are a bit disappointed on the lack of updates amongst Animal Crossing players, and I have kind of two different opinions or takes on this topic. And even though I could go on and on about this, I'm trying to keep this relatively short and simple. So let's cut to the chase. I'm not really that bothered about the quote-unquote lack of updates. As I've come to understand, I think it's not that New Horizons released as a complete game, but definitely after 2.0, I feel like that's what it is. New Horizons is supposed to be like a cute little island escape, and that's kind of what it is. And yeah, in the beginning we might have lacked some features, but obviously I think it was kind of also smart not to release completely everything in one go. And obviously we could have more updates and more content in the game, but me personally, I have kind of made my peace with the fact that this is Animal Crossing New Horizons, and if you think about it from a really casual gamer's perspective, there is already so much to do in New Horizons. If you play like couple hours every week, you will spend so long working on your island, especially with the DLC and everything. Let's be honest, there is already a bunch that you can do around your island. Yes, obviously players like me and others who play like hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of hours of Animal Crossing, there could obviously never be enough content or updates. And I'm not saying that if they would give us a lot of updates, obviously I would not say no to that. And I think there has been like a lot of kind of like unnecessary drama or negativity around this whole update thing. But especially when I was like not really researching, but like trying to find some clips for this video. I mean, to be fair, in the very beginning, Okay, let's rewind. This doesn't make any sense. Okay, let's take it back. So I was doing my little research because I was also thinking like, I remember there not being that many updates. But when I was on the YouTubes trying to find some clips about the updates that we had, there has actually been quite a few updates. Maybe it just felt like there wasn't, but there has been a few updates. Sure, there could have maybe been a little bit more. And maybe they could have like spread out some of the updates a bit more. When I think about it, maybe this is a opinion, but for me, I think 2.0 could have been just like smaller updates throughout the first 2 years. And I also think maybe we had to wait for the 2.0 update a bit too long. I think by the time it released, a lot of players were already a bit unmotivated, a little bit burned out, and yeah, I think 2.0 should have come a bit faster, I think. This is like where I'm standing with this right now, but as it comes to getting more updates or whatever, that's obviously not gonna happen. I've made my peace with it. I'm pretty happy with what New Horizons has to offer right now, and I guess all we can do right now is just wait for the next game. But if we think about the next game, I really hope that maybe they can add a bit seasonal or monthly updates. I would never say no to like a cute little new objects drop every month or so. And I really enjoyed in the beginning of New Horizons how there was like a cute little update every now and then, and I think that really kept people playing. And I think they probably should have continued that a little bit longer, like the diving update and so on. Like one thing that I've been also thinking when I think about like New Horizons and updates is Pocket Camp and updates. And you know, like Pocket Camp has had so many updates throughout the years, and if you're a new player and you log into Pocket Camp, it can be like super overwhelming by the amount of updates that there is. There is like so many pop-up windows coming at you from left and right, and it can be like really intimidating and overwhelming, and it can kind of stop you from playing because in the beginning there is like such an overdose of information. So I have to say, maybe it's kind of a good thing that New Horizons is not like bombarded with so many updates, because it can get a little bit overwhelming, and especially if you are joining in after 2 years, 3 years, it could be just like a little bit too much and it might like prevent you from playing. At least that's how I feel. That's how I feel with a Pocket Camp. Kind of requires a little bit of patience and determination to get through all of that like information overload that just comes at you in the very beginning of the game. But yeah, obviously we could go back and forth with this topic. Should we have more updates? Is it enough? Is there enough things to do in New Horizons? Are some features missing? We could talk about this all day, but yeah, as I said, I think we had a lot of updates. When you think about it, maybe, yeah, they could have spread it out a little bit more. And yeah, I guess these days we are like a tiny bit spoiled when it comes to updates and games. Like a lot of games have like constant updates all the time and it's becoming like the norm, whereas like back in the day you would buy a game and that was it, there was no updates. Which both have their pros and cons. Honestly, like updates are obviously a really nice way to add more content and make people keep people playing. So yeah, it's kind of a two-sided sword, maybe. It can be a good thing, it can be a bad thing. But yeah, at least me, I don't want to kind of ruin my Animal Crossing experience by thinking like, oh, I'm demotivated because there's no updates. And I think that's not really a reason that, at least in a big part, would make me burned out. Like, I'm okay as the game is. I think so. At least it's not such a big deal for me. And as I already mentioned, there are other games, older games, that also don't really get that many updates all the time, and I still keep playing them, and I'm not burned out on those games. One of them is Stardew Valley, and one game that I've been also playing for a long time is The Sims. And I get like The Sims has a lot of DLC and updates and all that, and I guess recently I haven't been playing a lot of The Sims. And also I think on The Sims there's just so many updates. I think Sims is like a really, especially Sims 4 is such a good example of like updates kind of almost ruining the game, because there's just way too many at this point. If I log on to the game, I don't even know what I'm doing. I don't know even if it's the same game, because there has just been like so many updates and DLCs, and I'm not up to date with any of those. I hope that makes sense. Okay, before this gets too messy, update topic conclusion. Yes, updates can be a good thing, but in a way then can also get overwhelming and be kind of a bad thing. Especially complaining about them too much. Bad thing. But yeah, I think they could have spread the early updates a bit more evenly and maybe take out some content from 2.0 and just have a few more regular updates in the very beginning especially. But as I said, I don't consider this whole update thing to be a factor in my Animal Crossing burnout. But also in a way, when I think about Pocket Camp, the thing that keeps me playing is the new items every month. So as I said, I would definitely not say no to a cute item drop every now and then. I'm not saying it needs to be monthly, but I just love collecting new items. And I think it keeps the game like fun and fresh. But yeah, I get it. New Horizons was not supposed to be a game that gets like regular updates. And I guess in a way, then it would somehow have to be like paid updates or something like that. Yeah, I guess then there should be like some sort of Animal Crossing battle pass or something like that. Also, if we kind of still add a little bit more to this and maybe more on the topic of what I would like to see in the new Animal Crossing game, I would love to just see them spice the annual event items up a little bit, because I guess it gets a little bit repetitive getting like the same items over and over again from the same events. I wish there was some sort of rotation, like one year you could get that item, the next year it would be another item. There could be like 5 items rotating each year or something like that, because yeah, that's something that I see in a lot of cozy games, that the annual events are just every year the same. They never change, and I get they cannot change like till the end of times, but at least there could be some sort of rotation, or at least the first 2 years the event could change up a little bit. Like it could rotate, being like one item on one year, other items on another year, then again back to the same item. You know what I mean? You know what? But yeah, as I said, I could keep going on and on about this forever. So I think I just have to rest my case. And maybe things I want to see in a future Animal Crossing game is another video on its own. But yeah, I would love to know what you guys think. Like, do you think it was like a grave mistake that there hasn't been like updates after, yeah, it's been like 2 years now or something since 2.0, right? So definitely let me know your hot topic, your hot take on the update situation. But for me, like, I've made my peace, and when I really think about it, New Horizons is pretty wholesome, and it already has a ton. Especially with the DLC, oh my goodness, I still need to finish HHP. I've never finished it. I'm the worst, I know. Anyways, I think that's all I have to say about this first topic. For me personally, this is not really a reason why I stopped playing Animal Crossing, because when I think about it, there's a lot of games that came out way earlier than New Horizons, and I still keep playing them. And also, I never have this sort of like overwhelming burnout-y feeling from the other games. Which leads me to, like, why do I have this feeling about New Horizons? Like, why do I sometimes, like, absolutely do not want to play this game? And why do I not have that kind of same feeling with these other games that have been around for so long, and I still keep playing and I don't really feel burned out on? And this probably is my favorite topic when it comes to this, like, burnout. Why do I feel so burned out on Animal Crossing? And I'm sure a lot of people agree with me on this. But it is the fact that we can only have one island per Switch, okay? I know this is my favorite topic, but hear me out. Like, when I compare it to, for example, Stardew Valley, where you can pretty much have as many farms as you want, you can restart over and over again, you can create new farms all the time if you want to, and me as a chronic restarter, I love that about my games. If I can kind of have my main farm, let's say, that I put like all my time and effort to, but at the same time I can start like a cute seasonal challenge, or I can start like a different theme farm, or I don't know, like if I want to finish a farm in 1 week or something like this. I think that just brings like so much replayability to the game, and I really wish that would be the case with Animal Crossing as well. Even though I know it has kind of always been this way, you could have, I think, forever and always only have like one save game per console, no matter New Horizons, New Leaf, etc. Which kind of bums me out. Like, I don't think this fact will probably ever change for a new game, even though I really wish it would, because I think it would really keep people playing if we could just like have more than one island, or whatever town, whatever you want to call it. Because yeah, like I like having my main island, but every now and then I like to go and do something on another island, let's say, and then come back to that island and work on it. Like, for example, right now, I would love if I could, I don't know, like create a new fun challenge island, and then I could come back and work on Cinnamon Island when I feel like it. And I still have my first island that I haven't even finished yet. And yes, I am even one of these people who have more than one Switch, so I actually have more than just one island, but I still feel like it's not enough. So yeah, I really have all my fingers and toes crossed that maybe they would feel really experimental for the next Animal Crossing and change this. But yeah, when you think about like Pokemon, I think it's the same. You can only kind of have like one save file per game or per console, so that's such a bummer. And I feel like this definitely is the biggest reason why I personally get very burned out. Because, for example, right now, as I'm filming this video, a lot of people are doing this rags to riches challenge, and I cannot participate in that because that means that I would have to restart an island all of a sudden and just wipe it into the bit space, and I could never come back to that island, so that kind of sucks. But yeah, I guess it is what it is. I also kind of obviously want to mention that one reason why I get very burned out on Animal Crossing is just my IRL work. Like, it is very physically demanding sometimes, and lately I've been working a lot of night shifts, and that obviously takes its toll. And yeah, sometimes I just in general don't really feel like playing anything. But yeah, I guess for most of us as well, like after 2020, we maybe find ourselves not having so much time to put into gaming anymore. Life got kind of busy with work and whatever. So yeah, that's also kind of one reason why not only me, but I'm sure other people maybe find themselves not playing Animal Crossing that much anymore or feeling a bit burned out because yeah, maybe we just don't have the time that we would like to have to put into playing Animal Crossing. And not only that, but sometimes I feel like I'm one of these players who really like to put my time and effort into my islands. And if I have only one day off or I feel like I don't have that much time to put into playing, I kind of like postpone playing and then I kind of never play because I'm like, oh, I don't have enough time. I don't have the time that I would like to put into my island, especially at this moment when I kind of have a lot of building to do. I find myself finding excuses not to play because I know, we all know that the building mechanisms in this game are a little bit slow and tedious. I mean, it's obviously super awesome that we can terraform and waterscape our islands, but obviously at the same time it is very time consuming. And yeah, even though I do understand that Animal Crossing is supposed to be like a very slow paced game, at the same time I just sometimes wish that they would kind of think about us who maybe don't have so much time to put into building and stuff, and they would make it a little bit faster. Like, let's say 3x3 terraforming grid would be super awesome. And it would make life so much easier. But yeah, obviously this is kind of my own excuse why I kind of try to avoid building my island, especially at this point when, yeah, kind of the only thing missing on my island is just all the builds and I feel so overwhelmed. And I guess last but not least, I just want to mention that, you know, these days there is just like so many cute, nice games out there, and I don't want to kind of miss out on them by just playing one game only. And you know, like for the longest time I used to be one of those players, like I would just play one game only. I would only play The Sims and pretty much nothing else. But these days I feel like there is just so many games, so many cute cozy games coming out all the time. It can be like honestly kind of overwhelming at this point. There's like a new cozy game releasing every 3 to 6 seconds. But yeah, recently I've been actually getting back to Stardew Valley, which is like my ride or die favorite game of all times. But recently also I've discovered Sunhaven. I don't know why I took so long to start playing it. And yeah, recently I've been really addicted to Sunhaven. So yeah, kind of don't want to miss out on other games just because I play one game only. So yeah, I guess those are like my main points that I wanted to make. I'm sure I have forgotten something because I'm the worst at making these kind of videos. I never really script them very well, so I'm sure I forgot to mention something. If I do, maybe if you have something to add, feel free to let me know in the comments down below. Let me know if you've been really burned out on Animal Crossing. Maybe why have you been feeling that way? And also feel free to share your best tips on how to cure Animal Crossing burnout if you want to. I would love to know some tips and tricks if you have any. I've been also really debating on restarting Cinnamon Island. I know it's so messy, but should we do it? No, I'm just kidding. I kind of really want to finish this island slowly but surely, and you know, it's autumn time now. So maybe I can finally finish what I started here. Also, why do I always get burned out on Animal Crossing during fall times? Like, I literally always miss my favorite season in the game. With all this being said, I think I should have probably mentioned this in the very beginning of the video, but yeah, this video is definitely not like I'm never gonna play Animal Crossing ever again. I've been just like super burned out and super unmotivated, and it kind of happened all of a sudden. I know I went missing, kind of. So I hope this kind of explains it, or maybe this can be a bit of a peer support moment to those of us who've been kind of down on their Animal Crossing luck, at least motivation wise. And yeah, I've been trying to very slowly get back to Animal Crossing, and I'm trying to be patient with myself. So hopefully I can get out of this motivation gutter. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in to this TED Talk. I hope this was not too complainy. If it was, I'm sorry, but maybe I needed to vent out a little bit. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, all the way through my rambling, bambling, shambling, whatever, cheaty chattiness. I wish there was a cinnamon roll emoji, but there isn't. So maybe we can put some good old koala emojis in the comments down below. Thank you so much for hanging out with me here for a little bit. Oh my god, that was such a sad emoji. Thank you so much for hanging out with me here for a little bit. I appreciate you, and I hope to see you guys in my next video. Bye! Also, I have to say again, I've been super addicted to Sunhaven. I just cannot put that game down. But yeah, before I start talking again, I gotta go. I'll see you guys later. Bye! I need to stop talking.